is going on, dudes? How you guys doing? I am TheeRealDuke, and welcome to episode 3 of my Robocraft Let's Play series. In this episode, I want to show you guys my method, or at least talk to you guys about it a little bit, of getting to T10 in a reliable and predictable and what I believe to be quick manner. No magic involved. Just thinking about what you're doing. And then also I want to just introduce you guys to my T10 workhorse, the Gun Shovel Mark 36. Here she is. She's beastly big. SMGs, I do the SMGs anyway. I haven't shown her to you before, and I don't know why I refer to her as a her, but I do anyway. There she is, so say hello. But there was a hotfix that came out today, and there are 3 big points about it that I was interested in, that if you don't know, you should know, because they're cool, or important anyway. If maybe you don't think they're cool, so people that might not think they're cool are the plasma dudes that use plasma weapons as their main, are bummed out. They got nerfed, 10% less damage. I have seen in tier 10 lots of people, including myself, get one-shotted from 100% by plasmas, and I guess it could be bad design on my part, but I kind of have lots of wins with my bot, so I don't want to attribute it to that necessarily. On the other hand, I don't really care. Sometimes you lose, right? Sometimes you get one-shotted, but I think a game that has a certain combination of things in it that allow you to one-shot kill other classes that don't have a valid response in the game isn't really good game design. But again, I don't use them, and I also simultaneously don't think there's kind of an uproar from plasma people about this right now, and I really don't know if 10% is enough to even matter all that much. So anyway, that came out. I'm not picking sides. I'm just saying that happened. That came out. Additionally, the mega launchers, the plasma mega launchers came out. So if you are a mega bot, that is for you if you like plasmas. They're out. They're huge. They have 2 barrels just like the mega SMGs do. Their firing recharge time, I guess, between shots is between half a second and 0.8 of a second, and it's randomly chosen, some variable between there. So that happened, and my favorite part about this whole thing, I like seeing things, I like seeing the gameplay or the meta adjusted a little bit in different ways to make the playing field more level, so that we can actually, have true skill, decide who wins. And so every step towards that I'm for. I don't know if nerfing plasmas actually accomplishes that, as I was saying before, but anyway, that's the path, I guess, or the intent that was done with. But one of the problems we've had is playing with dudes in a platoon, and I love playing with dudes in a platoon. And when I go to show you guys my secret for getting to tier 10 as quickly as possible, you will meet some of the dudes that I regularly have in my platoon, and we have trouble. I've never been able to connect to a challenge match from a platoon. So those, apparently the platoon system was rewritten from the ground up, which is really, really good news. So that's going to be good. And then also, if you hit L, I noticed this earlier, this appeared, and I didn't notice this after the last hotfix, so that's there, which is good. Clans, so I can't wait for that to roll out too, because I'm going to have an awesome clan. It's going to be sick. Anyway, so on to the guts of this episode, how to get to tier 10 as fast as possible. Brace yourself, it's going to be slick. All right, here we go. So the secret to getting to tier 10 rapidly is cactuses. Cactus robots. I have CV with me. What's up, Dodos?
Yo.
I have Trex Tex also. Hello.
Hello.
Trex. Here he is a cactus light show. There you go, Trex. Check this out. Check this out. Can you see me? Watch this. Hang on. Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Ready? Yeah! I got hover blades. I'm not sure how to drive them or pilot them because I have not yet used them, but I can stand up at any time. Right. What's the actual game plan here? Because we can do this.
We're gonna go over there to the other team and prickle them to death.
I'm gonna play a little bit of D because I can't move very well.
I'm already putting some paint on Jack over there.
Thanks, Jack.
Oh wait, I can't control good because cactus. Alright, the goal is to get a kill as a cactus. I hit space and I slowly rise up. I bet a cactar shooting at you is terrifying.
Watch out behind you, cactus friends.
I made a kill, and then I died. Behind you.
What is going through this guy's mind when he sees a cactar coming at him? Probably, I'm gonna push this guy in. How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do our teammates hate us?
10.
7.
10.
Oh, check
Oh,
that
it
out. Oh,
Well, before we do say anything,
you guys
what tier are we in?
Tier 5.
suck.
Tier 5 cactus.
Alright, they hit us about a 5.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna say.
5 out of 5. Alright. Destroyed.
Alright.
Made 2 grand.
I would rate that game a 9 out of 11.
It's, no. Obviously, cactuses are not necessarily the way. Well, they might be. They might be the way to win, and to advance quickly to tier 10. But only if you're winning, and that is unfortunately the one secret to getting to tier 10 or getting your mega chair or mega seat rather for your mega bot. It's winning, and obviously you're thinking, yeah, I know it's winning. And I know that you understand that, but what I'm saying is, when I say winning, I mean staying at the tier that gets you the most wins for as long as you have to until you can successfully win at the next tier. Because what happens is, I'm going to give a couple examples here. In these examples, we're just going to say you're a tier 5, someone's a tier 5, and they're trying to get to tier 6, okay? You earn more money winning in tier 5 than you do losing with a crappy robot in tier 6. And this is one of the biggest mistakes, in my opinion, I mean, I feel as if I've progressed, in a month. I'm level 100. I have my T10 bot, and I'm winning games in T10. I have enough to get my mega seat now. I see this over and over again. People say, if you want to be in a higher tier, just put stuff on your robot until you tier up. And that is technically the correct mechanic and understanding of how that works within the game. But you got to factor in a couple things, which that advice does not factor in. Number one, if you have a crappy bot, again, going from tier 5 to tier 6, if you have a crappy tier 6 bot, when you get into tier 6, you're going to get destroyed. And that's not fun. Then I think that's where a lot of things come about, like, oh, these guys are OP. Like, it's so much about the skill of the player, and that's true, but it's also about the resources. You need resources, and the best way to get those resources is to be successful and win games. And that generally the easiest way to do that, if we're looking at this all things being equal, is to have over-tiered armor and over-tiered weapons in a slightly lower class. So what I would do is, when I'm tiering up through my progression, I would say, okay, so here's the deal. Today's going to be a tier up day, and it's going to be a crappy day. What I would do is, I would, as a T5, just put enough on, as is suggested by many people to do, to get up to tier 6, just to cross the line, win only enough tier 6 games to unlock the tier 6 armor, so that I can over tier and continue to win even more armor and weapons, so I could continue to over tier and win more games in tier 5, the whole time saving money so that I can enter T6 with a completed T6 bot. That has always been and is always my plan. I've done it the entire way with SMGs, and I continue to be successful at it, unless they nerf SMGs again. But that's really it. Another thing that people ask about, I am a premium member because I think the devs are paying attention to the community in large part. I think they put together a great free-to-play game, and I have no trouble giving them $5-10 for the month and 100 hours or so that I've played in the game. I think that's a fair trade. People think that automatically means that that's the key to getting to tier 10. And if you look at the thousands of tech points I've amassed over this time, you can see that premium member or not, I've been grinding out each level ad nauseum. Just absolutely grinding it out with a successful bot that wins matches. And no, I don't win every time. Obviously, nobody does. That wouldn't be fun either. You would get bored of that. But being successful is really that key. And that means, again, to stay in whatever tier you are most successful for as long as you have to, until you have enough money saved or enough parts purchased to be successful in the next tier. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You're going to go into battles where you're losing and earning less money than you could if you would have just stayed in that tier and saved the money you're earning from that tier and winning. Also, the game's more fun if you win. Am I right? Come on, it is. Give me your guys' tips for how to get up. How did you rank up? How fast did you do it? How many hours do you have in a game? How many bots do you have? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys about it, but that is it for this episode. Let me know if you implement my plan, how it works out for you. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you, dudes, so much for taking a second to check this out. I do genuinely appreciate it. I appreciate every single like, comment, view, and sub. Let me know what you want to see from me. I'll talk to you guys later. That's it from me for this episode. It's TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.